Hey everybody. How's everybody doing this is it Saturday? Sunday? Saturday morning. Yeah. For those of you out there that just wanted to say thanks. Wishing you all good fortune and good tidings and good spirits and all that stuff. Hi Antonio. How's it going? Some people are already waiting in the chat and everything like that. Jess is supposed to be here. He said he wanted to do this. I have not heard from him in like 20 minutes, so he'll pop up eventually. It's Jess Bragg. He does that. Jarn Paulwells. Hey, Jarn. How's it going? Fantastic Four novels. Man, it's been a while since I've talked to you. How's it going, man? Hold on one second. Let me shut this PS4 off real quick. The Tour de France is right now. Really? Did not know that.
Yeah, today's the first day.
Wait. I think we have Jess. I think he's coming in.
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
My picture's not there, though.
I think we're getting him.
Why can you not see my picture?
I think we have him. I see a dog on my corner.
What's going on with my camera?
Hey, Jess.
Hey, can you just see a dog?
I just see a dog. Look up top. There should be a little button for your camera. See if that's it.
It says turn camera off, then turn camera on. Oh, I know what's wrong.
Dun, dun.
Let's see if that works.
See if we got you. Hold
Whoops. On. Okay. Let's see. I already had my camera engaged.
That's odd. Back out and try backing in, maybe?
Okay.
So, yeah. Anybody else watching the Tour de France? I didn't know that was going on right now. I want to buy a Green Lantern Omnibus by Jeff Johns on Amazon. Is the packaging terrible? I would advise you just never to buy an omnibus at all.
There we
go. On Amazon.
Oops, why am I echoing?
Hey, there you are.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Jess?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Did you get a hardcover? Wow. Did you get a haircut?
I did, a super short summer haircut.
I can tell, man. You buzzed it.
He did. I said, "Can I have it short?" And he just went. Really got to the top.
It looks like it, man. It looks like the guy just went nuts with the clippers.
He did.
It looks good though, dude. It looks real good.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, it looks very clean cut. Very clean cut. Wow. You can tell I can't talk. I just woke up from a nap as well. I went to Walmart, came back, took a nap.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm kind of a little drowsy right now. John P says you're looking sexy.
Or are we on YouTube also?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh,
you said you wanted to do a live stream.
I did. Yeah. Where's the link for YouTube?
Hold on. I'll send it to you right now.
Okay. Let me mute that.
John P. The camera was the only thing you have trouble turning on, I'm sure. That was pretty good. Jess, did you read the Deadpool and Cable Omnibus because of Deadpool 2?
I did not. I have it, but I haven't read it yet.
Dun, 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 dun. Antonio wants to know, I want to buy the Green Lantern Omnibus by Jeff Johns on Amazon. Is the packaging terrible? On Amazon, you should never buy an omnibus.
Yeah. Is it out of stock and in stock trades?
I'm pretty sure it's available on in-stock trades. I'm pretty sure all three of them are readily available.
I think so too. Yeah, I wouldn't buy anything from Amazon, certainly.
I mean, small things like manga and things like that aren't a bad thing, but like big omnibuses and things like that, I would avoid. Like, I get my manga off of Amazon because it's pretty much the same price everywhere. Manga pretty much retains its selling price. There's really no heavy place like in stock trades that sells them at a discount that much.
Mm.
Mm.
You have 8,000 subscribers now.
I know. Thank you.
Congratulations. I only have 7,500 to go to catch up to you.
Thank you. Thank you. You'll get here a lot quicker than I will, than I did.
I don't know how that's possible. I can't believe you have 8,000 subscribers. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, it's a slow burn, but this is also a niche channel. So
Yeah.
it's a niche channel. I don't tend to do too many clickbaity types of headlines, and I don't post political junk, and I don't like do like controversial topics too much. I just kind of like to focus on the good in
Yeah.
comics because I feel like it's kind of way too easy to be so negative on everything in comics. And that I've seen definitely a rise of YouTubers now that are coming up that's all they're doing is they're just like nitpicking and focusing on the negatives of comics, and I'm like, there's so much negative in the world right now. Why don't we just focus on some good things?
Well, that's a good idea. I call out negative, bad books when I read them, but I don't try and go out and trash comics just in general. Like, I'm not going to go off on a Marvel rant or something. Marvel's got plenty of good stuff to read. If you don't like what they're putting out now, read some of their back stock.
Yeah, it's really as easy as that. It's like if you don't like what they got now, that's fine. Just they've got over 50 years of continuity at this point. So read something else.
Yeah.
You'll find something eventually. I'm talking about Antonio says, I'm Italian, but I want to buy American omnibuses. Can you give me a website to buy them online? Sorry for my English. If you're Italian.
I don't know. Amazon, I guess. Do they have Amazon in Italy?
I don't know what they have over in Italy, to be honest. I don't know exactly what their equivalent to in-stock trades or anything like that is over in Italy.
Well, I know we have a lot of Greek brothers that watch us, the Omnibros show. So Europe must have some way to get American books.
By the way, my brother's here, so if you hear my dog start barking, it's because he's going to come in, and I'll just mute it, and Jess, you keep the audience entertained when that happens.
Okay, great.
Dude, Jess, when you poured root beer on the book, I died inside. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Oh, because if it's terrible, you pour root beer on it, right?
Yeah, I pour bad root beer on bad books.
Right, we talked about that the other day.
Yeah, and I read a really bad one the other day, and Bon Idlehouse, my friend from California, suggested I dump root beer over bad books, and I said that's a great idea. So I decided to do it.
It was a Diet A&W, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Right, it was warm from the garage. Yeah, the book was Bramble. I was really disappointed in it.
Oh, wait, Bramble. Why does that sound familiar? Which one is that?
The one I poured root beer on. It's a humanoids book. It's a humanoids book. It's hard to describe. Like, this big oafish giant wakes up in a village and sees the city and decides he wants to go to the city. Mm-hmm. And it turns out there's a battle between Mother Nature and mechanized society. And he goes to the city to try and turn the city back into a village type area. And there's a detective in it that his son hates him, but we don't know why. His wife sleeps around on him. We don't know why.
That's my cue.
I'll just keep describing Bramble. So his wife sleeps around on him. We don't know why. There's no backstory. He's just a beaten down detective. The art is muddy and not really that good. And there turns out to be a whole cult of people in the city that want it turned back into a village. And the detective turns into one of the, I don't know, green swamp thing type elemental guys too. And it's supposed to be a fantasy, an allegory, some kind of story about the evils of mechanized society and the nice green village. And it's just a whole huge garbly googled mess. And I totally enjoyed pouring root beer on it. So hardcover's away. If you have any questions for just me, let me know. Oh, Bad Diet Barks. Poor Mary M. I hate Barks. I'm really sorry. Tangled Web Omnibus is gotten very mixed reviews, especially from Riley Moore and Giovanni Menendez, who both know their Spider-Man. They say that is not a great book to buy. There's like one story in there that's halfway decent, and you can probably get it on Marvel Unlimited or Comixology. I think it's maybe the Darwin Cook story. So if you're trying to talk yourself into Tangled Web, don't. It's supposed to be not that good at all. So let's see. Naha is a badass female assassin story. I have that book. I'll read that next. Oh yeah, Sprecher Root Beer is really good. I love Sprecher.
Never heard of it.
It's from the Midwest, but they've been shipping it out a little bit more. I can find it around here pretty easily, and I had it on my show the other day. But yes, Sprecher's good.
Jimmy James says, "Congrats on the 8,000 subs." Thank you, sir. I love the Vikings TV show, and I want to start reading something about them, so I looked up at Northlanders by Brian Wood. What's your opinion on it? I've never read any Northlanders, mainly because I have issues with Brian Wood. Granted, you know, there was...
Oh, personally?
Well, yeah. Personally.
What he did, yeah. I get it.
But that was years ago. And who knows how far and what exactly happened there. But I've also had friends who they've gone up to him and said, yeah, he's kind of a dick. But I've heard good things. I've heard it's not bad. I've heard it's actually a pretty good series. If you're looking for a good series of books, and I haven't read them as well, but they're universally acclaimed as brilliant Viking sagas. And you want to branch out a little bit and you're not just, you know, trapped in traditional American comics. Vinland Saga is a fantastic, at least from what I've heard, phenomenal Viking manga that is just apparently one of the best things that's out there. And they have little hardcover collections, and I've seen them. They are beautiful little collections. Any Viking stuff, Jess?
I've read Northlanders, and I liked it, but I haven't read Vinland Saga.
You've heard of it, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 It's definitely very well praised.
Yeah, I've heard of it, definitely. But I'm so far behind the curve on manga that I can't even comment on it. The manga episode will be taking place without me. I just don't know enough about it.
Man, I've been binging on so much manga lately.
Yeah, you really have. You're really getting into what is it, Berserk recently that you've been doing?
Yeah, I'm getting into Berserk. I'm 12 volumes into Berserk right now. I won't do it today because I got friends and family and stuff like that coming in today. But people were like, there was a lot of people that were saying, dude, volume 13 is when like the shit hits the fan. We want you to do a live reading of volume 13 where you read it and you give your thoughts on it as you go through it. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. If people have an interest in it, then definitely let me know. So I might be doing that tomorrow.
Oh, wow. A live reading. That's really a cool idea.
Yeah. Like a live reaction where I read it and then I give you, like, as I go through it, I give you my thoughts.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. The TV show Vikings on the History Channel is good. I've never seen it. Just finished Book of Chaos. Thanks for the recommendation. It was great.
Now that's a humanoid. Thank you. That's a Humanoids book I gave a high recommendation to. I really like that book.
The Book of Chaos?
Yeah. That was one of the first books I ever reviewed. It was really good.
So for those that are out there, what are the Humanoids books?
They're a series of books that I believe they're French in origin, generally. Although I will just say European in origin. It's supposed to bring the best of European comics to the States. That's where like the Inkle and Meta Priests. I'm looking Meta Barons. Sorry, I said Meta Priests. I meant Meta Barons and Techno Priests. I'm looking at the books I have right now. There was another Humanoids book that was wandering around here somewhere. Oh, maybe I dumped root beer on it and tossed it. And the Book of Chaos was one of those They can go all over the place. They're usually some sort of futuristic theme, and a lot of them are dystopian sort of science fiction scenarios, as far as the books I've read so far. Except I don't even know how you categorize the Inkle. I've read it, and it's it's wild and great, but I don't even know how you categorize it. It's set in a future where technologies run wild, but it's and Legend of the Scarlet Blade is another one that I haven't read, but it's supposed to be really good.
Okay. Yeah, that was the humanoid stuff. That was all set up by Mobius, correct? And like a bunch of his people.
You got me. Okay. They were started by Mobius and friends. A few famous creators from heavy metal started, I believe. Okay. John P knows more than I do.
I've never dove into that.
Not about Led Zeppelin, but about that he knows more than I do.
I've never delved into that universe simply because it's so intimidating. I have no clue where the fuck to start with almost 90% of that stuff. It's like, well, you got the Inkle, then you've got like the 3 other books that are here, and then I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it can be intimidating. I know what you mean. The Inkle was the first one I ever started out with, and I was fine just reading it by itself.
Carla the Strange. Have you guys read Valerian? No, but I know they're having a movie that's coming out this summer.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good.
It does. Early word of mouth is it's pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good on the previews too. It's done by what's that guy? Is it the guy that did The Fifth Element?
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Why am I blanking on his name? I should know this. Oh my god, I should know this.
Yeah, I don't. But he's done plenty of other good things too. So I would think Valerian should be good.
Nerd Ventures channel was a good primer on how to get started. Yeah, Nerd Ventures. That was Will's channel. Yeah, he had a good overview of how to get into that universe. Like, I miss his channel actually. I really enjoyed his podcast when he was doing it weekly.
Yeah, he knows his Humanoids books.
Yeah, far more than I do. Big ups to him.
Me too.
Luc Besson. That's who it was.
Right. Right. That's right.
But Luc Besson is weird. He's a weird guy. Paul Jenkins and Humans is good. Never read it.
Loved it. One of the better books I've read.
I don't like Jay Lee's art.
Oh, what?
I don't like Jay Lee's art. I'm sorry. It's the
my goodness.
It's the no backgrounds thing that gets me.
Oh, okay. Well, each to his own.
Yeah.
Art is subjective. I love his art.
It's just not my cup of tea. I see why people like it, and some of the stuff he does is beautiful. I've seen some scans of the Inhuman stuff, and I'm like, wow, that is gorgeous. But it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Well, I get it.
But you said Paul Jenkins' run is a great place to start with Inhumans, right?
That was one of the first modern Inhumans book. I mean, I remember reading the Inhumans when they first came into Fantastic Four, and they're much different now. But that was one of the first books I ever read on the Inhumans. So yeah, you could read that, and just as a starting place, sure, it's a great start.
Lucas Seifert, what do you think about digital reading? Not factoring price or convenience. How's the experience? Jess?
What was the question then? What do you think about digital reading? Not factoring price or convenience. How's the experience? I think in theory it should be even better because it's a really crisp picture. But look at me. I'm old school. I've tried it, and I mean I have a Marvel Unlimited subscription. I have tons of Comixology books. But I go to my hardcovers and trade paperbacks much more than I do Comixology. I tend to read digitally like when I'm traveling. But there's tons of people that love reading digitally. so I can't put it down.
Man, I'm one of those.
Yeah.
You have an iPad when you read digitally?
Yeah, I read it on my iPad.
um,
It's a cool experience, but for some reason, I just like the feel of the book in my hands. I've tried my Kindle for prose books too, and I just like a book better. I don't know, man. I dig lots of technology, but that's one thing I just haven't quite warmed up to yet.
that's fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Read what you like, how you like. Um, my stance on it is that I am slowly transitioning more and more towards digital. It's just one, it's just easier for me, and
Yeah.
two, if it, in all sincerity, if it wasn't for the YouTube channel and like what I do and Patreon and stuff like that, and the fact that I do like the occasional hardcover, I would have probably moved over to digital a while ago.
Mm.
Not full digital, because I would still keep I would still have my a few things here and there but for the vast majority, I would have definitely moved over to digital completely almost.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be digital reviews pretty soon and not hardcover reviews.
No, no, no. I still do. I'll still get hardcovers and stuff like that, but it's more of just the convenience and where I am financially. Where a few years ago, I wouldn't mind, blowing $300, $400 on an in-stock trades order. I can't do that now. I have rent. I have things to pay. I have, we're eventually going to start a family. We want to get a house, things like that. And just with where I'm at, I cannot afford to buy all these overpriced and expensive omnibuses that are coming out, where it's more easier for me to pick up a trade or pick up a few issues from in stock from Comixology, because they often do a lot of sales.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at in a place in my life. Would I love to have, and I swear this isn't knocking anybody out there, would I love to have, like, for example, the collection that Riley has or that you have or something like that? Absolutely. Like, it's phenomenal stuff what you guys got. But where I'm at right now, it's not convenient.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. The digital's there for you then. It's come a long way since it first started. It's so much easier to use. And the colors and the pages pop right out of there. It's a great experience.
Absolutely. And the Comixology app is fantastic. They do the guided viewing where it keeps it on the panel and then you swipe and it goes to the next panel. It's really good stuff.
Yeah. I have so much in my iPad that I need to read.
Oh, me too.
Along with my stupid library.
The Inhumans trailer. What'd you think? I mean, we were going to talk about this on the news on next Tuesday when we do it, but what'd you think real quick?
I personally think it's too early to say.
Right.
Although we are getting close. When is this thing coming out? September? October?
I believe it's September.
Yeah, we are getting awfully close. It does look like they don't have a big budget for this thing. I mean, I want to see Medusa's hair flying all over the place. So I'm in the camp that says let's wait and see. I'm not ready to bust on it. But I loved Lockjaw in the preview. It looked awesome. Lockjaw looked awesome, transporting Black Bolt away, but right when he's getting ready to blast his brother and stuff. I think that's his brother, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take on that. I am drinking Coke Zero, and I don't know why your phone keeps capitalizing my name, because it's such a great name. That must be why.
I didn't know you were a Diet Coke fan.
Yeah, I like Coke Zero.
No, it's the regular high sugar for me, man. I can't. Like they tout it as like, oh, it tastes the same. No, it doesn't.
No, it definitely doesn't. And I'll tell you what tastes even better than regular Coke is Mexican Coke with the real sugar in it, not fake corn syrup. Because regular Coke makes my teeth hurt. But I had a bunch of Mexican Coke when I was down with Riley in Texas, and that stuff tastes great. It doesn't make my teeth hurt at all. It's delightfully refreshing.
What do they use? Cane sugar?
I think so, yeah.
That's probably why.
Yeah. And it's easier to get in the States now, but that's what I like.
Well, not pretty soon. Not soon. And once the wall goes up, there goes the whole Coke.
No more Mexican Coke.
That's the first thing that's gonna go. Just that and avocados.
Don't take away my cados.
You thought you were paying extra for guacamole at Chipotle before. Wait till that wall goes up. $10. $10 for guac, which is practically almost at that price if you go to Chipotle.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you a Chipotle fan?
I am a District Taco fan. That's a local chain that got started that's way better than Chipotle. It's here in the area, Northern Virginia in the District of Columbia. It's way better, and they don't have any kind of controversies over E. coli. So, yeah, I haven't eaten in Chipotle in probably 3 years.
Well, I think the bad thing about Chipotle is that every time I eat, it's delicious, but every time I eat it, I have to use the bathroom like 30 minutes later.
That's a good reason not to go there.
Yeah, it tears me up for some reason.
Yeah.
Loco's Tacos will always trump Chipotle. Unlikely Nerd, what are your thoughts on the first couple of episodes of the new season of Preacher? I think only episode 1 is up of Preacher, right? Or episode 2. I think 1 and 2 might be up already. I haven't seen them. I need to.
You gave such bad reviews to Preacher season 1 that I haven't even thought about season 2.
Everything that I've heard about season 2 is that they've figured out the mistakes that they made in season 1 and they've gone and fixed a lot of it. Like, it's a lot better.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll watch that. I'll just skip season 1 and start watching season 2.
Yeah, everything that I've heard is you can just watch the first episode of season 1 of Preacher, watch the season finale of season 1, and then jump into this season.
Okay. I'll do that. Also, thank you to the bastard Ryan Sace for saying that he liked my haircut.
Ryan! I love Ryan.
That's way back there.
He's my 4K HD TV buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's literally what we talk about on a daily basis. It's like, oh, what movies are coming out in 4K? Or we're like upgrading surround sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's a techno wizard.
Oh yeah, dude, his setup is
yeah.
Oh, God, it's a thing of beauty what he's got set up in his place. Does anyone have Rick and Morty hardcover? It has a surprise and it's great. No, I don't have it.
I need to watch that show. Everybody says it's great, and I just haven't watched it. There's too goddamn much to watch on TV and read and play games and everything. There's too much.
We live in an interesting time where we have an overabundance of things and an easy access to it.
Yeah.
That's the main problem that we have. It's just we have so much that there is not enough time to physically watch everything or read everything or play everything. There's just not enough time for everything.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy and tell you what it was like when I was 8 years old, 50 years ago, on a Sunday. There were no cartoons. There was only religious shows on TV. There was only 3 channels, and it sucked being a little kid on a Sunday. All your friends were at church, and my heathen parents just kept me at home. And I read the Sunday funnies, and boom, that was it. I hated Sundays. And now you have tons of fun stuff that you can do no matter what age you are. This is an amazing entertainment era to live in.
It really is. I mean, I've got friends that are coming up. Like, a whole bunch of us are getting together tonight. We're just going to play the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, and like video games and like board games and stuff. There's just so much to do. It's completely different from what it was even when I was a child.
Yeah.
There's definitely more of an emphasis, with social media and with connectivity of just union, of connection. Like, everybody's connected to everybody through some way. It used to be like I would imagine back then for your time, it was like you would graduate high school, you would lose touch with everybody, come back 10 years, and you go, oh, wow, the prom queen is fat now. Now you know the prom queen is fat. Of course she gets fat because you see her getting fat on Facebook.
That's a good point. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I've got my 40th reunion coming up that I'm going to avoid, as I've avoided all of them, because I've kept in touch with my 2 best friends, and that's enough. I don't need to talk to anybody else. But yeah, you're right. There was no way to to catch up on them, but now you can catch up on them instantaneously.
Yeah, yeah, and it's interesting because I've got my 10-year reunion next year. I'm like, I don't want to go to that. I know what everybody's doing. I know she's had 5 kids and like her marriage fell through. I know that like he's successful. I know that she's not successful. Like, what am I going to catch up? It's all online.
Right. That's a good point.
You know?
Yeah, but you got 8,000 subscribers you can stick in their face.
I got that YouTube money, which is nothing. Patreon money.
They don't need to know that.
I like keeping this ad-free as much as possible.
Right.
It's never fun when you go on a YouTube video and it's like ad, 10 minutes, ad, another 10 minutes, ad. I'm like, okay. Whacking it to underwear ads. No.
What?
I don't know. Giovanni says, you guys didn't have internet either? I guess he's referring to you, Jess.
Me?
Yeah, you didn't have internet as a kid either?
As a kid, I had a black and white TV, and I'm trying to find an image of Margaret Sauvage. Somebody just said she was a fox. Is that her? Oh, she is a cutie pie. Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry for that digression. Somebody said that. Yeah, no, we didn't have any internet. We had tin cans with a string attached to another tin can and talked to each other through our tree forts.
There was no. You had a tree fort?
Well, when I first moved to California, I had a dirt fort. We lived in an apartment complex, and there was this empty lot. And there was other kids in the neighborhood, and they instead of building up on it, they dug deep on it. It was like wet soil, and they created this underground fort that lasted a couple of weeks. Like they got down there extension cords for a lamp and comic books and a chair and stuff. It was like an underground fort. Nobody thought for a minute that the thing was going to collapse in on us and kill us. I was 8 years old at the time. These guys were all like 12 that built us. And one day I went to it, and it was just this collapsed hole in the ground. Just boom, everything was just covered over. I'm like, wow, I'm glad I wasn't down there when that happened. There's no hands sticking up from the dirt, are there?
That's awesome.
So yeah, I had a dirt fort. That's how poor I was. I had a dirt fort.
Ryan Sace, the Welsh bastard, says Jess had fire and sticks with stones on the end to kill raptors when he was a kid.
That's pretty close.
It's messed up. I like this one. Mr. Know-A-Lot Guy. This month I have spent all my money on comics. Will you rate my purchases? Are you ready, Jess?
Yes.
Okay, number 1, Vision. That's a 10.
That's a 10.
Omega Men, 10.
I'll give it a 9.
What? Those are fighting words, sir.
Uh-oh. I'll give it a 9.
That's fire. Planet Hulk, 8.5.
9.5. Best Hulk story I've ever read.
Oh, wow. We're just going to be all over the place in this, aren't we? This is what breaks this friendship apart. This is what it is.
Is this what finally does it?
This is what finally does it. Next week, it's going to be the Gabe and Hardcover news show. The Dark Knight Returns, 9.5.
Dark Knight Returns, you mean the original Dark Knight Returns?
I'm assuming that's what it is. The 80s Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, yeah, I'll give that a 10.
What did I say? 9.5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I give that a 10 because that helped bring me back into comics and blew those scales from my eyes as to how great comics could be again.
That's fair enough. Let's see. Lock and Key Slipcase Edition, 10.
I agree, 10.
That's a solid, that's a modern day classic and required reading for horror fans out there.
Totally agree. It creeped me out to no end. The hairs on my arms stood up multiple times. I thought that was incredibly well done.
Dodge is such a great villain. I love that. I love Dodge as a villain. And when you see his turn,
yeah.
When you actually find out why he is the way he is, oh my God, that ripped my heart out.
Yeah, that was great. Bodhi, I loved the whole thing.
1960s TV was great. Batman, Star Trek, Gunsmoke, I Dream of Jeannie. Need I say more?
Oh, Jeannie. I still have a major crush on Jeannie.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, Bewitched. That was great too.
Yeah, I
And
had
I
a major crush on
totally
both of
did have rabbit ears on the blach and white TV.
them.
That
I
was one of those TVs you could bang to fix the horizontal on it. Because it would go, and you go bonk, and it would fix it.
Did you have to be that? Were you the kid in the family that your father would tell you go stand in front, like you had to hold the rabbit ears in a
Yeah,
certain?
totally.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was at that point. I was the only kid in the house because my brother and sister were so much older than I am. I came along late in my parents' life, so I was the only one, and I had to go over there and hold it. But then every time I'd let go, it'd go back to the bad picture. So sometimes I had to stand there and just hold it and look at the TV like this so I could see what was going on.
Oh man! And now we live in a world full of 4Ks and Netflix, Hulu. I would not have, even 10 years ago, I would not have pictured that we'd be at this point.
Yeah.
Mm. During I Dream of Jeannie, John P. Should I read World War Hulk after Planet Hulk?
I did. That's just what I did. Except I read there's also ancillary books to World War Hulk that you can read, but I read World War Hulk by itself, and it was fine. But there's about that many trade paperbacks to read that will be coming out in the omnibus that you can read that help flesh it out and make it better.
Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, so stupid, I used to look behind the television because I thought that the actors were there. I did that too.
I did that too.
I think that's a kid thing. I think all kids do that.
Yeah, sure. I think they're in the box.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember the first time I had my mind blown watching TV. I was watching David Letterman, and it was Jim Carrey that was on. He was being interviewed by David Letterman. And then there was a commercial with David Letterman in it, and I was like, how is David Letterman in two places at once? It like blew my mind as a kid.
Yeah. Well, I remember since we had black and white TV, going to school the next day. Here's another reason my childhood sucked compared to everybody else's out there. You could only see Wizard of Oz once a year, and that's when they showed it on TV once a year. It was on once a year. And for the longest time, until, I don't know, VHS tapes came out, I guess. But you could only see it once a year when, gosh, NBC, CBS released it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the part where it goes from black and white to color, but I had a black and white set. So they're like, yeah, it was so cool when it turned into color. And I was like, mine didn't turn into color. Yours turned into color? When did it turn into color? When she got to Oz, man. What's wrong with you? Yeah, my childhood sucked.
Did Jess get the old school video game systems like the Atari 2600 when they were first released?
Oh yeah, I got the very first Magnavox Odyssey that all it had was Pong.
Wow.
Where for $100, which was a lot of money back then, all you could do is play Pong. And it was the greatest thing because you just played Pong. So yeah, I had all those old school video games in television, Atari, ColecoVision. I had a bunch of them.
Were you ever a fan of The Daily Show with Jon Stewart?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't watch it. That's how my daughter gets her news, though.
Okay. Then we can skip that question.
I saw Avi had a good question about the criminal hardcovers that are getting a reprint.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're definitely worth a buy. They're great. I just got done reading Incognito, as a matter of fact, and it's still as awesome as ever.
I have the trades for Criminal because, like an idiot, I bought them a few months ago thinking, oh, they're not going to reprint the hardcovers. Enough. But Incognito's getting a reprint, and I think that's the only one that was missing, right? Incognito and what else?
Criminal 1 and Criminal 2 are both getting reprinted also.
Okay, so from that, I'm just going to get Incognito. I love Incognito.
Yeah.
Incognito is so good.
It really is.
I still think Sleeper might be my favorite thing he's done.
Yeah, I remember reading it when it came out in floppy form, so I need to read. That was years ago, so I need to read the omnibus. And if we're still doing a Brubaker episode next Thursday, I might get to it if I can ever get through Gotham Central, which is the biggest freaking book in the world.
Gotham Central is thick, man. There's a lot of content there.
I may have to bail halfway through and just say, yeah, it's really good. Because
you don't know how disappointed I was that this week we didn't do the Brubaker. I was really looking forward to you to leading the discussion because you have gone through and read basically 90% of his catalog at this point.
I have. I've tried, man.
Well, you couldn't make it with us last minute, so we ended up doing cartoons.
It sounds like it was fun.
It was. It was the longest episode we've ever done. It was 2 hours and a half.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was all 3 hours long about cartoons.
Well, Gabe is a font of knowledge when it comes to cartoons. That guy knows his cartoons.
Oh, by the way, somebody wanted to ask, what was your favorite cartoon growing up?
My favorite cartoon?
Yeah, because from last week's topic, people were asking and they were wondering what yours was.
Oh, well, let's see. When I was growing up, Flintstones and Jetsons were on prime time. So was Johnny Quest. Mm-hmm. They were in prime time. And then Saturday morning, you had like Superman and Space Ghost. Space Ghost was pretty cool. I'd say the one that I watched and rewatched the most was probably the Jetsons. So I would say that was probably my favorite cartoon show. I rewatched that even in college.
The Jetsons, wow.
Yeah.
You hear they're doing a live adaptation remake
of the Jetsons?
Yeah, they just announced it this week that they're doing the Jetsons and they're rebooting it, but like a live action or something.
TV or movie?
I believe TV. I didn't look too much into the news story.
Well, that sounds fun.
It could be good. It could be real good.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Guys, I snagged JSA numbers 1 through 3. He's talking about the omnibuses for $185. Blind buy. Good deal. And how are the bindings? The binding is questionable. At least my copies were fine, but I've heard other people complain about the bindings. I think volume 2 was a bit rougher on the edges because it was the biggest one, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's a solid deal.
Yeah, that's $300 worth of books.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid deal. JSA is good stuff.
Really good stuff, yeah. Really, really good stuff.
It gets better after Johns actually takes the reins and he is the sole writer. That's when it really picks up, and that happens in the second omnibus.
Yeah, that's a solid buy.
Ooh, I like this one. Question to both. If you could have any piece of comic original art, cover or sequentials, which would it be?
Easy. Neil Adams and Dick Giordano's covered at Green Lantern 76.
Ooh.
With Green Arrow shooting out he shoots shoots the lantern out as Green Lantern is giving his oath. That's the book I will be buried with. I'm never selling it. I may sell my comic collection, but I'm never selling that book.
You have it?
Yeah, I got it from when I was a kid, still in good shape. I haven't had it graded, but I still have it in good shape. It's in a safe deposit box.
That's awesome, man.
That original piece of art is probably worth hundreds of thousands, probably. Oh. It's so iconic.
I would go, I know I'm never going to get this because it's impossible. And I would I'd have to pay millions probably to get it. I would get the original cover of Jack Kirby, the Fantastic Four, the first issue where Galactus shows up on the cover.
The first issue is when they're battling that creature from underneath.
No, not issue 1. The one where Galactus is on the cover.
Oh, the very first Galactus one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot the number of it. I have to look it up. But I would love to have that.
Yeah, I wonder whatever happened to those.
Huh?
I wonder whatever happened to those
original
things like that.
Hello?
What? Did you lose me?
I got you.
Oh, okay.
There's a really fantastic documentary on Jack Kirby where there were these two kids and they interview them. They're in comic book industry now. I can't remember their names. They went to Jack Kirby's house. Jack Kirby let them come downstairs while Jack was working, and he sketched both of them like just an amazing Fantastic Four, like huge print size thing just for them. They ran upstairs to the house, and Roz said, "What do you have in your hand?" Like the kids are like, "Nothing." And they were about to leave the house, and Roz said, "Come here." She took the sketches and said, "Look, I can't let you just walk out of the house with these."
Oh, she wanted them to pay for them?
Yeah, yeah.
Good for her, I
Yeah.
guess. Well, it's sweet of Jack Kirby, though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's usually how it was. Jack was if you listen to all the interviews, Jack was a sweetheart, but Roz ruled that Roz ruled the house with an iron fist.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a good thing. He probably wouldn't have gotten a dime if he did it his way.
Ryan's face. I just sneezed so loud, my dog freaked out and kicked me in the balls. I thought you would like to know. Thanks, Ryan. Have you heard any rumors about live adaptation of Teen Titans as a series? I haven't.
Oh my God! Here's a deadly question for me. Somebody knows me really well.
Yeah, they do. I know what question it is too. This is going to be hard for you.
How do people know me this well?
That is kind of scary. Go ahead, man.
That really is scary. Jess, pick a favorite. West Side Story, Big Lebowski, Napoleon Dynamite. Oh my God, that's like, how am I gonna pick?
That's hard.
Wow.
I've never seen West Side Story or The Big Lebowski, so I guess Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh man, West Side Story was my childhood favorite growing up.
Shut up, Donnie.
You're out of your element, Donnie. Big Lebowski was great. Napoleon Dynamite's great. I guess I'm gonna have to stick with my sweetheart Natalie Wood and West Side Story, but that is a killer question.
That's hard.
Oofa. That is a killer question. As many times as I've listened to the soundtrack of West Side Story, I'll have to say that one.
Lebowski is overrated to me. Wow.
Good heavens! I just sent you a book for free, Jerry. Don't get in my grill.
Stop that mail before it gets to him.
Yeah, he already got it.
Teen Titans is getting a pilot next year with the new DC streaming site. That's right. It is getting a pilot. Natalie Wood was better in Rebel Without a Cause.
She was excellent in that. Yeah. Yeah, she was excellent in Rebel Without a Cause.
John P., I guess you're about 5 years older than me. How old are you?
Yeah, he does know a lot about early stuff.
Yeah, he does.
But why are you yelling at us?
I know. Did his caps lock button get stuck?
I don't know.
Ugh. Johnny Quest. Wow, I'm just looking back at older things. I remember Johnny Quest.
You do or don't remember Johnny Quest?
I do. I used to love Johnny Quest as a kid.
If you can, you don't have to do it now, but Google the theme song from Johnny Quest and listen to it and think about how hyped up a 8-year-old would get watching that, listening to that theme song. It's a rockin' theme song, and I just got so pumped up whenever it was on.
Looking back on it now, Haji.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, I'm like, okay. I don't think that would fly today.
Well, yeah, I don't even remember how he spoke or was characterized now. I haven't seen Johnny Quest in ages.
Was Sim Sim Sale Bim? Was that?
No, that sounds like it was from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
No, hold on. Let me look this up. Sim
Salabim. You think Haji said that?
That was Johnny Quest, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Johnny Quest.
Oh, to open a cave or something?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, that I believe. I thought it was something Haji was saying.
No. Hold on. Johnny Quest, or was I got Johnny Carson on here. No, Johnny Quest. Sim Sim Sale Bien.
Yeah, Johnny Carson did used to say that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you guys big music fans? If so, what do you like? You a big music fan, Jess?
I'm a huge music fan.
Obviously.
Obviously, I collect colored vinyl of original soundtracks right now, but I have my original LPs from the time I was a wee lad to the time currently. So I liked mostly just the typical stuff like Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, the Who. I like Metallica, you know, stuff like that. David Bowie I like a lot.
Oh,
John
Bowie.
Lennon.
Oh. Did you hear Black Star? Did you hear his last album?
I did not.
Oh,
I
you
heard,
haven't.
no, I was told not to.
It's haunting.
Oh, really?
It's very haunting. Because he died, like the album came out, and I think he died a week before the album came out or after the album came out or something like that. I think it was before the album came out, and it was almost like he was predicting his own death on
Oh,
certain.
wow. Okay, I'll have to listen to that.
Yeah, there are certain moments where like the song sounds like he is talking to you from the other side.
Ooh, weird.
There are moments where it is very haunting. It's a solid. I liked it. I liked
Okay,
it.
good. I'll give it a listen.
As far as me, I'm a jack of all trades. I like everything from Johnny Cash all the way to like Kendrick Lamar. I listen to pretty much everything.
I don't know that Robert Wagner personally killed Natalie, but I don't think he did anything to save her. And I think Christopher Walken does know the truth.
What are we talking about?
Sam Cluxon, who seems to know everything about me, asked about Robert Wagner killing Natalie Wood. Because
Okay,
she died. Robert Wagner was her husband at the time.
Okay.
He's a famous television actor. This was way back 30 years ago, at least. And they were out on a boat, and she fell over and drowned. And the speculation is that R.J. Wagner gave her a shove because she was wasted on pills and alcohol, and he just gave her a shove overboard and never went to help her. That's the speculation. I certainly don't know. And Christopher Walken was on board.
Huh. That's kind of creepy.
Oh, it's really creepy. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Natalie Wood was married to Robert Wagner earlier, when she was still really young, and divorced him after she caught him in bed with another man.
Really?
Yeah, I know my Natalie Wood. But then they got remarried, so who the hell knows what's going
on? Somebody's asking, have I listened to 444? I don't know what that is. Bowie knew he was dying, and Black Star was his swan song. Yeah, the thing about Black Star, Bowie's album, is that Bowie was very much aware that he had cancer and that he was gonna die. The media wasn't too aware of his cancer or anything like that, so they didn't know about it. But he apparently was in the recording booth recording a lot of the songs as he was dying of cancer. So he knew his time was up, which is why a lot of it resonates so much with Bowie fans, and how a lot of the songs, they kind of have like an otherworldly feel, and some of the lyrics hint at him looking back on his life and him looking at like the earth from the other side and think, well, you know Bowie, he's always been like out there and out.
Yeah, the Starman.
Yeah.
You've got me psyched to listen to this album now.
444 is the new Jay-Z album. Lukas, try to keep up. Hold on. I don't know about him, but my brother's here. He does. Hello. What? Come here. My brother is here. He's probably heard it.
What?
Have you heard the new Jay-Z album?
No, I heard good things, though.
You heard good things about it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all.
I'm jamming out to Calvin Harris's new album.
You're jamming out to Calvin Harris's new album?
Yes.
Okay. You can go sit back down on the couch. You're useless to me right now. What'd you say? No, make sure they get it on the mic.
Fuck you.
Love you too.
He's listening to who?
Calvin Harris's new album.
I don't know who that is.
It's very upbeat.
It's very upbeat, is what he says.
Okay.
Why don't you sit here?
I'm drawing Crash Bandicoot.
You're drawing Crash Bandicoot. Come here, sit down. You don't mind, right, Jess?
No, more the merrier.
We look
Okay.
nothing alike.
You're his brother?
Yeah, we look nothing. He could get pulled over by TSA. I wouldn't.
Yeah. I get a lot of jokes like that.
You got a lot of jokes. Like what was it? A few years ago when you were going for a tournament, Mom made you shave, right?
Yeah, she blamed me shave because she didn't want me getting stopped by TSA because I look Middle Eastern.
Yeah, he had a thick beard for a while.
Yeah, I still do.
And is he younger than you are?
Yeah, he is. Hey, it's soft cover. Yeah, how's your day?
It was good. I mean, I can't complain.
You can't complain.
No,
You just want to go back to drawing, don't you?
no, I have a cuss job. I can't complain.
Oh man. So yeah, Calvin Harris. Who's Calvin Harris?
He's a famous producer that I might be wrong. He's a
There you go.
okay. He's a famous producer. I might be wrong though. Like he's very known for like the dubstep EDM type scene, but he just dropped like a new album, and it's kind of like a DJ Khaled type feel where it's like a whole bunch of artists in one song or whatever. That's how it is throughout the whole album. But like it's like very like I don't know. It's like very uplit. Like the beat is like very like happy, you know, except for like one or two songs, but you know. But it's very good though. I like it.
Any lyrics, or is it just music?
No, there's lyrics. Not deep lyrics. It's very dumb lyrics. But there's lyrics.
I can get behind that. It sounds perfect for me.
Yeah, like it's very simple. Like it's catchy. It's very catchy.
Oh, cool. All right, I'll listen to that.
Yeah.
I like electronic music.
It's called Funk Volume 1, I think.
Now, did you buy that or steal it from the internet?
No, iTunes.
All right, good for you.
Funk Wave Bounce Volume 1. That's a retarded album name, but it's a good album.
Okay, cool. Good.
They say Bruno Mars. J-Rock says Bruno Mars is the shit.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. But did J-Rock get his name from the actual rapper J-Rock?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Right? Strips of the trade.
Jess, Natalie Wood over Audrey Hepburn or Eva St. Marie?
Yes.
Those are words I don't know what they are.
You don't know Audrey Hepburn, you little spud?
I know who Audrey Hepburn is. I take that back. I know who she is, but the other words I don't know what they are.
Eva St. Marie?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was an actress too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd pick Natalie Wood. She's my top actress, along with Jeannie, whose name I'm blocking on. What was I Dream of Jeannie's name? Can't think of her name.
I don't know. I don't remember her name. All I know, she was gorgeous. And every time she went like this, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Genie.
Yeah. Wow. You're a lot younger than me. I just realized that.
Yeah, I'm 20, turning 23.
Yeah, you're 5 years younger than me, so you wouldn't know that.
I remember her though. Like I saw the shows. I didn't see the shows, but like I saw like videos.
Mm. She was in North by Northwest and On the Waterfront. Never seen them.
Oh my God. Barbara Eden, right? Barbara Eden.
Hey, you still haven't seen the Planet of the Apes films.
Well, somebody hasn't sent them to me yet.
I'm gonna send you them. I promise. I keep forgetting to ask for your address so I could send you them.
Okay.
They're worth it.
The Black Star vinyl is amazing. 4x4 is the new Jay-Z album. Try to keep up, Lewis. Somebody says they don't like the album Damn.
I liked it. It was very more commercial, but I liked it.
Natalie Wood drowned under suspicious circumstances. Why does John P. keep capitalizing random words?
Maybe he's talking into his phone.
Maybe.
Oh, here's an Elizabeth Montgomery fan. She was hot too.
I don't know who that is.
That was Bewitched.
Oh. J-Rock says, it's my nickname since high school. Just found out he was a rapper a few years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Lewis is 28. I'm only 1 year older than you. Yeah, I'm 28. Or I'm about to be 28 in September. I feel old.
Shut up.
Okay, yeah.
You do have to get me. I have to get you a birthday gift. You're in August.
Yeah.
I feel old, Jess. How did you deal with it in 30?
I was happy to be alive. Just like when I hit 60, I'll be happy to be alive. Crossing fingers. Crossing fingers, I make it to 60.
Oh, dude, I told you, you're going to outlive me.
No, I don't know about that. The way my body works.
You'll outlive me. Don't worry about it. You got two brand good knees. Two good brand new knees.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. They're awesome.
My phone is doing it. I just got an essay dim. What it's doing? What? Who is the youngest in this stream?
An S8. Galaxy S8, I think.
Oh, okay. Who is the youngest in this stream? Him, the one that has the I Love New York shirt. Where are you from?
Florida, but I was born in Texas.
So you were not even close to New York.
No, I visited.
Okay.
I had to get a tourist hoodie, you know.
So what was it? A few years ago, it was like a year ago, you were at Chili's. That was my dog. My dog likes to bark on that.
What happened?
Don't worry, you look 33. Thanks, I look 33.
I think Riley's 26 or 27.
Riley's the youngest out of all of us.
Yeah.
Jess, we're not going to talk about your age.
I'm very old.
Gabe is 35, who he does not look 35. Gio is 30. I'm about to be 28. I think Riley is 27, 26.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's my daughter's age.
But yeah, we were at Chili's a few years ago. My brother had a Chicago Bulls hat on.
Oh no, it was Ale House.
It was Ale House. My brother had a Chicago Bulls hat on, and the waiter comes up. Oh, you're from Chicago too?
Wait, no, you gotta explain like the way that I saw it.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever responded without thinking, like you just say yes or no without thinking?
Yes.
Of course.
Like right there.
So I got my plate of food, and the waiter saw my hat. He asked that question, "Are you from Chicago?" Me, without thinking, I was like, yeah, and I keep on eating. And then by the time I realized what I just said, I knew I was fucked. So, and he keeps on going. He's like, "Oh, that's awesome, man. What part are you from?" I didn't want to disappoint the guy, so I kept on going with it. So I was like, "Oh, I'm from the main part, the heart of Chicago." He's like, "Oh, the motherland." I'm like, "Yeah, the motherland. That's where I'm from." And meanwhile, my friend and him are eating, and they're just looking at me laughing, and I felt so bad because I don't want to disappoint the man who wasn't from Chicago after I just told him I was.
Oh my God.
He just kept going with it.
No, the best part was, "You're from the city, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, the city." He's like,
yeah, the motherland.
Me and Ouija, our best friend, we're just sitting there at the table almost dying laughing as my brother's trying to keep a straight face telling this man he's from Chicago. Yeah. When you were born in Texas.
Listen, if I threw a city out, it would have been the wrong city, and then it would have just been bad. I would have probably said Arizona or something like that. And then he would just look at me like, "All right, you're full of shit." So
somebody's asking if you like comics.
Yeah, I like comics.
He's going to school for digital animation pretty soon.
Yeah, computer animation. I like drawing, and I like jiu-jitsu.
I once pretended I was South African to win a bottle of champagne in a nightclub. I did live there briefly and can do the accent. John Wilson, that is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I've never done anything like that. John Wilson is 46. Look at.
Do we have any comics-related questions?
I don't think so.
I think we're running out of steam here.
I think so.
I think all the comics-related questions are back in the beginning.
People got more focused on what music we listen to and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You excited for Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah. You?
I might.
Are you going to see Spider-Man, Jess?
Yeah, not first day, but I definitely will. I will once the crowds die down. I'll go see it.
Yeah, but you never go see movies on the first day.
No, not unless it's the middle of the week or something when school's in session. Will I go see a movie? I usually wait a few days.
John Wilson says he just watched Wonder Woman and he fucking loved it. I loved it too, except for the kid.
The kid that Louise hates.
Yeah, the little kid that I hate. Everybody says I hate a little kid in Wonder Woman. The little girl that can't act for shit.
Oh, nah, she was cool. I mean, like
the little girl, the one that's like fake pretending to punch and stuff like that. That was terrible.
She's little.
Louise,
that's no excuse.
You have no heart.
Here's what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe. That's no excuse. Daphne Keene in Wolverine was better. And
she had no lines.
In Logan? Yes, she did.
She spoke fast in Spanish. You can get any Mexican girl to do that.
Mexican. You're stereotyping now.
No, but the character's Mexican though.
Daphne Keene in Logan was a lot better than that little girl. That little girl had this almost the same amount of time as Daphne Keene in Logan. No, she didn't.
No, Daphne Keene definitely had a lot more time.
Yeah. No, I agree. X-23 was better.
Oh yeah, that's not arguing with that.
Yeah. See, so we're in agreement with that, right? So that means.
No, I don't hate the little girl though the way you do. I thought she was.
She was the worst part about that movie.
She was serviceable. She was cute.
She did her job. She got a big paycheck.
She was terrible. She probably didn't get paid anything for that, actually.
Her parents probably did.
Probably not.
Nah. Dang.
She was terrible.
Heartless.
I am not. Look, if I was the director, I would have crushed your dreams right there and said, "Sweetie, you will never be able to work in this town again."
You are heartless.
And then I would have cast her with somebody else.
And you know what? That girl would have had so much hatred. She would have been like the next president or something like that because of you.
Probably.
It's like one of those memes.
Derek, the Diverse Collector. I actually want to see the Miles Morales animated movie they're working on. I want to see that too.
I'm excited for Donald Glover's Deadpool FXXX thing that he's doing.
He's doing Deadpool?
I think he's producing and writing.
There's a Deadpool TV show coming out, right?
There is?
Yep.
Is there?
Yeah, it's gonna be on FXX, and I know for a fact Donald Glover is producing it, and I think he's gonna be writing a little bit on it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Sam Clarkson Jr. Daphne Keene can't do every kid role in Marvel, Fox, and DC movies. Why not? But why? Why not?
Yeah, I am.
Huh?
First K-Rock.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys worried about Venom versus Carnage movie because it's Sony or because the idea of Venom and Carnage movie? Jess, what do you think?
Boy, that's a good question.
That is.
I think I'm more worried about the fact that it's a Venom Carnage movie.
Me too. And the fact that they have no clue what they're doing with it. Now, did you see that they said it's part of the universe again?
Oh my God, what? I thought Kevin Feige already said no.
Oh, no. Now they're saying that it's part of the universe, but it'll be like the TV stuff where you won't ever see them cross over.
Oh, like in S.H.I.E.L.D. or something?
Yeah, like the Venom and Carnage will be in that universe, and you'll get vague references to like the other stuff that's going on, but you will not see them cross over.
Okay, whatever.
At this point, I don't care.
Yeah, no, I don't care either.
This has been good. This is an emotional roller coaster for the past 3 weeks. It's up, it's down, it's no, it's yes. I just decide at this point.
Yeah, figure it out.
There you go.
No.
Who would you cast as Carnage?
What's his name from The Walking Dead? Who's the guy that I've only seen one season of The Walking Dead? Norman Reedus.
That's a good choice.
That is a good choice.
He'd be a good
That'd be a good choice.
Carnage.
Everybody wants that kid from Shameless to do it, but I don't like him as an actor, so I don't agree.
What kid?
He's like a redhead kid from Shameless. The kid that plays the Gotham as Joker, I guess.
Oh, Jerome in Gotham.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The redhead kid. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Shameless?
I haven't. Is it good?
No.
It's what do you call it? It's more of a guilty pleasure.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Because I started watching it and then I got hooked on it. I was like, damn, this is a guilty pleasure. I can't tell people I watched this.
Marvel or DC? I guess we'll just go around the table. Right now, it varies, but Marvel growing up. Jess?
DC growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
You?
That's why I know much more about DC.
Or just like in general?
Just in general.
I want to say Marvel because I always loved Spider-Man, but then I kind of grew out of it, and then I started reading more about Batman.
Seems to be how everybody is. So DC.
Now, yeah.
DC now. I want Norman Reedus for Ghost Rider. That's a good choice.
Nobody likes the Nicolas Cage version?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No. Have you seen the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider?
No.
God.
Of course not.
No. The reason I'm frustrated is because this man somehow has dodged every single terrible comic book movie that's come out in the past like 20 years.
Not fair.
Have you seen the Fantastic Four movies?
No.
Neither?
None of them.
Oh my, God bless you.
Go ahead, try again. He hasn't seen it.
All right, wait. What's that one movie?
Stop, Duke. Yeah.
That I saw.
Come on, let me take care of it.
Oh, the new Terminator.
No.
Oh, God bless you for real.
Yeah, but you saw that after a breakup.
It was even worse. The new any Transformers.
No, never seen any Transformer movies.
Oh my God, you're missing out on like one of the worst childhood moments of my life.
That's what I heard.
Catwoman.
No.
Green Lantern.
Nope.
I got it. Batman, the one with Mr. Freeze.
Nope. Batman and Robin. Nope. Never saw it.
Damn.
I do read reviews, so I know what to look at. You know, if it sucks, I'm not going to go see it.
No, I saw Transformers the other day. I had to see how bad it was.
No, that's because the girl you're dating with is
That's true. Yeah,
she wanted to see it.
She wanted to see it too.
So he was dragged along to see it.
Oh, okay.
With such low expectations that it made it better for me.
You had low expectations and it met them.
Derek the Diverse Collector, are they still making a new Spawn movie? Todd McFarlane comes out like every 3 months and says the script is done. Like the script for the new Spawn movie is done. It's coming out soon. I'm like, all right, man, yeah. Even if I had to direct the thing, that's the last thing I heard. That he said, even if he has to direct the thing, they're gonna have a new Spawn movie pretty soon. That dude is dedicated. He wants this thing to happen, and it's R-rated, of course.
I never saw Spawn the movie.
What?
I actually enjoyed it. It's gonna be on Netflix.
It's pretty terrible, but it's an enjoyable terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a chance.
Yeah, John Leguizamo's not bad in it.
Yeah, I noticed he was a theme running through your terrible movies with Gabe that you were watching.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, we're slowly going through John Leguizamo's entire catalog.
That's a crack up.
The last 2 movies we did were John Leguizamo movies. I think we did Spawn and we did Super Mario Brothers.
Holy smoke.
Yeah, and Super Mario Brothers is a wound that does not close.
Yeah. Yikes.
Ugh.
The lizards freaked me out when I was little.
Do you watch UFC? And who are your favorite fighters? That's Steve.
Yeah, I watch UFC. Well, my favorite fighters.
Conor McGregor.
Nah, he's not my favorite. I mean, I like him. I would have to go with Jose Aldo. I was always a fan of his, and GSP. Those two are my favorite. I'm still a Jose Aldo fan, and he's actually in Orlando.
Really?
Yeah, he's actually
cool.
in Orlando.
Yeah, my brother does MMA.
Oh, really?
No, he doesn't. That's a question that if you do jujitsu, it's Jess, you probably, because you're not in that scene, but if you do jujitsu and people see you with what's called cauliflower ear,
Oh, yeah.
where I have a tiny bit of it, but my brother's got it worse. Like maybe you could actually see it here.
Is it this one?
This way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you have what's called cauliflower ear, the first question that you always get is, do you do UFC?
Yeah, or and then after that is once I taught my jiu-jitsu, they're like, "Oh man, how do you deal with getting kicked in the face?" I'm like, "I don't get kicked in the face. It's more like submissions."
Right.
He likes it.
Yeah.
The only name I know from MMA or UFC is Ronda Rousey.
She just retired.
Yeah.
Good. I hope she's available because I'm sure I'm getting a divorce soon after my wife sees any of my collection videos. So I need a backup plan.
In the UK, if you have cauliflower ear, it means you play a lot of rugby. I've never played rugby, but I've always wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know a thing about it.
I've never even seen it. Have you ever seen a rugby match?
Bits of it, but not a full match.
Never seen a full match. I've always been curious about the sport and like what the scoring is like and stuff like that. I've never gotten a chance to see it.
I'm pretty sure there's a website called Flow Rugby where you could like watch rugby matches. So
I know it's a brutal sport.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't my thing growing up. I was a golfer.
Whoa, what? You were a golfer? You never told me this.
Yeah, that's my sport. I play it twice a week now. I used to play it every day growing up.
What?
Really?
You've
That's
never told me
crazy.
that, dude.
No. Yeah.
What do you shoot?
I used to shoot in the 70s. Now I shoot in the 80s.
That's not too far off, though.
No, I developed some bad swing habits because of my knees, and so now I'm kind of having to relearn my swing and get it back to where it used to be.
That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I grew up playing Pebble Beach as my home course in high school.
I've never played, like, I've played mini golf, but that's about the extent of it. I've always wanted to go to the range and, like, try it out.
Take my advice. Don't go down that hole. It's the most frustrating sport there is. I want to kill myself every time I play almost.
This is like Happy Gilmore, where I'm going to just start banging clothes on the ground and throwing stuff into the lake.
Yeah, totally. That's based on real life.
It's based on real life. Are you a competitive person?
Only on the golf course.
Ah, okay.
That's otherwise it's peace, love, and posters for me.
In the UK, rugby is the American football, but with no helmets or body armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Pretty rough.
Jesus. Jess, have you ever had a hole-in-one?
I have not. I've been playing for 45 years and I've not had hole-in-one.
How close have you gotten to it?
No, that close several times. 10 times I've come that close.
Oh my gosh.
But it's never popped in. That's what she said.
What's disc golf?
I think that's frisbee golf.
There's frisbee golf?
Oh, yeah, that's fun. I used to play that in college.
How does that work?
Well, you can make up your own course, or they have actual baskets where you try and get the disc to. It's like miniature golf, only it's over a big. Like if you're in college and they've got stanchions all over the place with big metal baskets that can catch your frisbee, and it's how many times you throw the frisbee till you can get into that net.
Oh, that sounds pretty.
So it's actually pretty fun because it's real social. You're just goofing around with friends and you're throwing frisbees all around.
Actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's actually really fun. You have to know how to throw a frisbee, and because I grew up by the beach, I do. So,
Man, I wish I knew. I can't throw a frisbee to save my life.
No, I can't even. I'm the most uncoordinated with that type of stuff.
Yeah, it always ends up in the ground when I toss it.
Swang.
It ends up in the ground, or it ends up somewhere completely where it shouldn't end up when I throw a frisbee. Watch Zoe 101 and you'll know. Why would I want to do that?
Watch Zoe 101. What is that?
What is that?
It was a Nickelodeon show.
Oh, for disc golf or rugby?
It was like about like some like teenage girl that moved out to like the suburbs in California, where she went to like a private, I guess, middle and high school, which really, I mean, it's kind of like the most like baddest thing you could do, because like there's no parental supervision throughout that whole campus. So it's just a whole bunch of teenagers just walking around. But it was a good show. I enjoyed it.
Jess, you lived in Cali for a while, right?
Yeah, I grew up there.
Oh,
You just came back from Cali a few weeks ago.
yes, I loved it.
Where were you?
I was mostly in the Costa Mesa and Long Beach area.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, I loved it. It was nice.
Completely,
Yeah, there's a lot to love.
completely different than here.
Yeah, the lifestyle, everything.
Well, take my word for it. There's just as many jerks out there on the freeway as there are wherever you live.
That is probably true.
I don't know.
Yeah. I've driven in California and I've driven in Washington, D.C. and area, and people are people when they get behind the wheel, man.
Have you driven in Florida?
Have I driven in Florida? No, not to speak of.
Ah, then you haven't lived.
I've driven in Texas, where they carry guns in their cars.
Oh my
That's
God.
close. And that's pretty close. But again, you've never lived in Florida. People around the United States, when they hear a news story that is so crazy they do not believe it happened, it's always Florida.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, there was a news story. I think I told you this. It was either you or Gabe that I told this, where there was a guy who drove up to a drive-thru and threw a baby alligator at somebody through a drive-thru and sped off.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was like at a Wendy's or something. They threw a baby alligator at a Wendy's employee and they drove off.
Oh my gosh! Why would you do that? That's awful.
We're in Florida. I don't know.
You're not prepared. You have to be, though. Like, you had a thought about that.
You had to put some thought into that, actually.
Oh wow! No, that must have been Gabe. You said that too.
Ugh. No, that was, and then there was the whole zombie outbreak a few years ago with the bath salts. Yeah, there was that.
Casey Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. George Zimmerman. Yeah, we get the craziness here. We get a whole bunch of crazy stuff that happens here. Kevin Dolrock, what are we supposed to talk about in this live thing? Comics. Well, nobody's asking us any comic questions, so we're just kind of spitballing at the time. This is an interactive thing, guys. We've got no questions to talk about. We just start BSing.
What was one comic that inspired you to keep on reading comics? Like when you read that first comic where it was like, dang, this is what I want to kind of keep on reading type.
That's a good question.
That's a real good question. You're better than most of the chat. Good job. The first one. Oh man, that's
Because for me, it was Spider Clan by I think it was by Scotty Young, where he did the art.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what really got me to checking out comic art and stuff like that.
Yeah, do you remember Spider Clan? That was old Scotty Young.
I don't.
Spider Clan was a real Marvel at a time wanted to incorporate a lot of Japanese themes into their universe, so they had this kind of small imprint of manga based books. Spidey Clan was actually a pretty cool concept. It was done by Scotty Young before he was Scotty Young.
Uh-huh.
And in it, Spider-Man was actually part of this clan of ninjas. and there was like the Spider-Man clan where he was part of, and then there was the Venom clan who were the villains. It was only like 5 or 6 issues, and it was really cool stuff.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's been years since I've read it, but it was fun.
Yeah, and the art was definitely amazing. Like, you definitely see a difference from Scotty Young's art then and now, because like,
Yeah.
I didn't know who Scotty Young was back then, and then when I found out it was Scotty Young, I was like, when I found out it was him, I was like, dang, like his art changed and developed a lot through that time period.
Yeah, if you looked at it now, you would not be able to guess that was Scotty Young.
Cool. I'm gonna check that out.
It's pretty fun. It's fun stuff. It's interesting.
Yeah, what was your comic?
What was mine? Probably All-Star Superman.
Oh, okay.
What about yours?
Back in the mid 70s, Green Lantern. Well, not mid 70s, early 70s. Green Lantern 76. That's still the comic book that changed everything for me. It introduced social commentary into comics.
Mm-hmm. This was the run with Speedy shooting up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Speedy shot up heroin.
Right.
Yeah, he lost his arm eventually. Well, the whole point of it was to show kids you shouldn't do drugs.
Yeah, it was a drug issue, yeah.
So they made Speedy a heroin addict, and what was it? Later on, he lost his arm or something like that?
I don't remember that. He lost it because of his heroin use?
I don't remember if it was his heroin. I thought he lost it eventually.
I'm not up on my Speedy lore post heroin use. I know heroin Speedy, but I don't know much about Speedy after that.
Okay, now we're getting some questions. What is your opinion on Frank Miller? Just go ahead. This is gonna be fun. Okay.
Oh look, a falling star.
That's pretty good. That sums it up well. I think Frank Miller has lost his goddamn monkey mind a long time ago. Somewhere around the time when he started doing Batman fighting the terrorist Al Qaeda. That's when I think Frank Miller started to lose it.
Yeah, I have a hard time arguing with that.
Because there was an issue where he fought Al Qaeda, right? That was something that he had Batman do, or he wanted to fight Al Qaeda.
Some version of it or something, yeah.
That's pretty epic. I'll buy that issue.
Jess, how about when Hal Jordan says, "Send me a bill"? Greatest Green Lantern moment ever.
Wait, let me see that when Hal Jordan says, "Send me a bill." Oh yeah, it was awesome.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm getting worn down. I'm ready for a nap. I think he must cause some damage. He probably causes some damage.
We'll do like a handful more and then we'll call it. What is your least favorite comic book? Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Bramble, and then that other awful book. Why do I still have it? I need to get rid of it. Savage Highway. Those were the 2 worst books ever.
Savage Highway? Isn't that a Bon Jovi album?
Maybe. It was a Humanoids book that was even worse than Bramble. I should just pull it out of storage and dump root beer on it.
Holy Terror was supposed to be Batman versus Al Qaeda before DC pulled it and he published it independently.
That's right. DC wisely pulled it. I haven't read Imagine Wanting Only This. My shrink did, but I haven't read it yet. I need to read it.
Akira or 100 Bullets? Which should I finish first? Akira. Does Frank Miller's career remind you of Mike Tyson? Actually, that's a good analogy. Only thing is Mike Tyson's kind of bounced back recently. He's more relevant now with his show Mike Tyson Mysteries, and which is actually kind of funny. And he's bounced back a little bit in certain circles. He's more in the media. He's doing the convention circuit, whereas Frank Miller, some would argue Frank Miller has never really bounced back.
Yeah.
Which, if you have not seen Mike Tyson Mysteries, you really need to. It's basically Scooby-Doo, but with Mike Tyson. You've never heard of this?
No.
Dude, it's on Adult Swim. It's Scooby-Doo. It's Mike Tyson, and he's animated, and he does the voiceover work. Like, he's in the show. And it's basically him going around doing Scooby-Doo mysteries with his pigeons.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's on what? Nickelodeon or Adult
Adult
Cartoon
Swim.
Network?
Yeah, it's Adult Swim.
Okay. That sounds awesome.
How is Dark Knight 3? Not read it. And has it sucked? I haven't read any Dark Knight 3.
I haven't either. Is that the one that that's just now come out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just got the final volume, and I'm going to read it once I get it all together.
I've heard it's pretty good. I mean, we know Brian Azzarello did most of the writing.
Right.
Yeah. Even Miller's gone on and said that, yeah, I just kind of put my name on it. This is mostly Brian Azzarello's work.
Yeah.
And I think, you ready to call it?
Yeah, sure. I think they probably had enough of us BSing around, although it was good to meet your brother.
Nice to meet you too.
Okie Jess, where can they find you?
They can find me at OmniDog's Vault on YouTube and on Riley Moore's Facebook page, the Omnibus Collectors, Comic Swap, and Community.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to? You don't have Twitter or anything like that, right?
No, just Instagram.
You want to keep that private, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
I figured it. If you want, you can follow me on Facebook.com/hardcover reviews, Twitter.com/hardcover review, and of course, there's the Patreon down below. Patreon.com/hardcover reviews. It's how I'm able to keep this channel alive. It's how I'm able to do what I do, and it's how I'm able to buy the little books that I can afford to buy recently. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for being here with 8,000 subscribers. Jess, thanks for being here.
Thanks.
And thank you for being here. You really didn't have a choice. But thanks, guys, for having us, and we will speak with you soon.
Peace and love.
Bye.